Welcome to CompTIA SecurityPlus Objective 2.1. Our goal is to compare common threat actors, the attributes that shape what they can do, and the motivations that explain why they act. On the exam, do not memorize a single attack for each actor. Instead, build a profile from clues. First ask, who is acting? The 6 categories are nation-state, unskilled attacker, hacktivist, insider threat, organized crime, and shadow IT. Next, assess 3 attributes. Is the actor internal or external? How much funding and infrastructure are available? What is the actor's level of sophistication and capability? Finally, identify the motive. The objective lists data exfiltration, espionage, service disruption, blackmail, financial gain, philosophical or political beliefs, ethical reasons, revenge, disruption or chaos, and war. Techniques overlap. A denial of service attack could be hacktivism, extortion, competition, or warfare. The surrounding facts identify the best answer. Throughout this lesson, use a simple formula: actor, capability, and why. That formula turns a long scenario into a manageable decision. A nation-state actor conducts cyber operations on behalf of or with support from a government. The strategic goal may be intelligence collection, influence, military preparation, or damage to another country's critical services. Nation-states usually have substantial funding, skilled personnel, intelligence support, and time. They may develop custom malware, acquire zero-day exploits, compromise suppliers, and remain hidden for months or years. This long-term stealthy behavior is commonly associated with an advanced persistent threat. Persistent describes the patient effort to maintain access. Advanced describes capability, but remember that not every government operation must use spectacular technology. Nation-states often pursue espionage, data exfiltration, war, and service disruption. Attribution is difficult. An operator may plant language fragments, reuse another group's code, or route activity through foreign systems to create a false flag. On the exam, separate evidence from assumption. A custom tool, a strategic government target, long dwell time, and no immediate demand for money together suggest a nation-state. The key is the combination of resources, patience, and national interest. An unskilled attacker has limited technical expertise and often relies on tools, scripts, instructions, and exploits created by other people. You may hear the older phrase script kiddie, but the exam objective uses unskilled attacker. Low skill does not mean harmless. Automation is a force multiplier. A person can scan thousands of public systems, identify an unpatched service, and launch a known exploit with only a few commands. If the target is exposed, the result can still be a serious breach. Typical clues include noisy scanning, broad untargeted activity, default tool settings, public exploit code, known vulnerabilities, and little evidence of custom development. Motivation varies. Curiosity, recognition, entertainment, disruption, or easy financial gain are possible. Compare this actor with a nation-state. Both might exploit the same server, but the nation-state may carefully select the target and maintain stealthy access, while the unskilled attacker may scan indiscriminately and trigger obvious alerts. Do not classify the actor only by damage. A simple tool can create major impact when defenses are weak. Focus on demonstrated capability, resources, targeting, and operational discipline. A hacktivist uses cyber activity to promote a political, social, environmental, or philosophical cause. The defining clue is ideology. Common actions include website defacement, leaking information, disrupting services, taking over online accounts, and creating public attention around a target. Visibility may be part of the objective, so a hacktivist may announce responsibility or publish a manifesto. Capability varies widely. One participant may use a simple downloaded tool, while a coordinated group may have skilled members and meaningful infrastructure. That is why actor type and sophistication must be assessed separately. The same technique can point to different actors depending on motive. Imagine a denial of service attack. If a group claims the attack as a protest against a policy, philosophical or political belief is the likely motivation. If the attacker demands payment to stop, blackmail or financial gain is more likely, and organized crime becomes a stronger answer. If the disruption supports military objectives, consider a nation-state and war. On exam questions, look for cause-driven language, public messaging, symbolic targets, and a desire for attention. Those details distinguish hacktivism from profit-driven crime. An insider threat originates from someone who already has a trusted relationship with the organization. That person may be an employee, contractor, partner, administrator, or former worker whose access was not removed. The actor is internal in terms of trust and authorized access, even if the person connects remotely. Insider incidents can be malicious or accidental. A malicious insider may steal customer records for money, take intellectual property to a new employer, sabotage systems for revenge, or assist an outside criminal group. An accidental insider may send data to the wrong recipient, misconfigure cloud storage, lose a device, or approve a fraudulent request. Intent changes the explanation, but both can damage confidentiality, integrity, or availability. Useful indicators include access outside normal duties, unusual off-hour sessions, bulk downloads, attempts to bypass controls, use of removable media, and activity shortly before resignation. Context matters. A database administrator may legitimately access many records, while the same access by an unrelated employee is suspicious. Apply least privilege, separation of duties, monitoring, prompt offboarding, and behavioral baselines. On the exam, remember that insider describes access and relationship. It does not automatically mean malicious intent.
Organized crime treats cybercrime as a business. The primary motivation is usually financial gain, and operations are designed for repeatability and scale. A modern criminal ecosystem can include developers who build malware, access brokers who sell entry into organizations, operators who deploy ransomware, negotiators who contact victims, money mules who move funds, and specialists who launder cryptocurrency. This division of labor allows a group to combine capabilities without every member being an expert. Common activities include ransomware, payment fraud, account takeover, identity theft, business email compromise, theft and resale of data, and blackmail. Funding can be substantial because successful attacks finance future operations. Criminal groups may be highly sophisticated, patient, and international, so advanced capability alone does not prove nation-state involvement. Look at the objective. A ransom note, payment deadline, stolen card market, or cryptocurrency demand points toward financial gain. Threatening to release embarrassing or sensitive information unless a victim complies is blackmail. Compare organized crime with a hacktivist. Both may leak data, but the criminal seeks money while the hacktivist seeks attention for a cause. Follow the money and identify the business model.
Shadow IT means hardware, software, cloud services, or workflows used without formal approval or oversight from the organization's technology and security teams. Examples include an employee placing customer files in a personal cloud drive, a department buying a software service without review, staff using personal messaging for work, or a team connecting an unmanaged device. Shadow IT is unusual in this list because it is not necessarily malicious. It is often driven by convenience, speed, or a business need that approved tools do not meet. Even so, the action creates risk. Security teams may lack visibility, data may leave approved boundaries, identity controls may be weak, retention requirements may be ignored, and the service may not be included in incident response or backups. Treat it as an internal source of exposure. Effective control begins with discovery through network, identity, expense, and cloud monitoring. Then assess the data and business purpose. Approve and secure the service when appropriate, or replace it with a supported option. Finally, monitor ongoing use. Punishment alone can push behavior further underground. On the exam, look for unsanctioned technology and missing governance, not necessarily hostile intent. Now compare actors across 3 attributes. First is internal versus external. Internal actors begin with legitimate access, organizational knowledge, or trust. External actors start outside the trust boundary and must gain access through technical compromise, stolen credentials, or social engineering. The distinction is about relationship and authorization, not physical location. Second is resources and funding. Resources include money, time, personnel, infrastructure, intelligence, computing power, and access to vulnerabilities. A well-funded actor can run parallel campaigns, replace lost infrastructure, purchase access, and wait for the right moment. Third is sophistication and capability. Basic actors may use public tools and known exploits. Advanced actors may create custom malware, chain vulnerabilities, evade monitoring, and maintain disciplined operations. These skills are related but not identical. A wealthy group can make poor decisions. A low-budget expert can demonstrate impressive skill. Organized crime and nation-states can both be highly capable. An insider may use no malware at all because authorized access is enough. Avoid inferring sophistication from impact alone. Instead, use evidence such as custom development, stealth, targeting, infrastructure, and operational security. Attribute each dimension separately before choosing an actor.
Motivation answers why the actor acts. Data exfiltration means removing information from an environment without authorization. The stolen material might be customer records, source code, research, or credentials. Espionage is secret intelligence gathering for strategic advantage and is strongly associated with nation-states, although competitors and criminals may also spy. Service disruption targets availability. Blackmail uses damaging information or a threat of harm to coerce the victim. Financial gain includes ransom, fraud, resale, theft, and extortion. Philosophical or political beliefs commonly point to hacktivism. Ethical motivation usually describes authorized security research intended to improve defenses. Authorization is crucial. Good intentions do not automatically make unauthorized testing acceptable. Revenge is personal retaliation, often connected to a disgruntled insider. Disruption or chaos means instability itself is the goal, rather than a specific payment or intelligence objective. War describes cyber activity supporting national conflict, such as degrading communications or critical infrastructure. One event can involve more than one motive. Ransomware may combine financial gain, blackmail, data exfiltration, and disruption. Choose the motivation most directly supported by the scenario's wording.
Finish with an exam day decision process. Step 1. Underline the actor clue. Government sponsorship suggests nation-state. Downloaded public tools and noisy scanning suggests an unskilled attacker. A stated cause suggests hacktivist. Existing trusted access suggests insider. A repeatable profit model suggests organized crime. Unsanctioned apps suggest shadow IT. Step 2. Classify the actor as internal or external. Step 3. Assess funding and capability from the evidence rather than stereotypes. Step 4. Identify the stated goal. Is it information, pressure, profit, belief, retaliation, chaos, or conflict? Step 5. Eliminate answers that match the technique but not the motive. Practice 1. A patient group steals defense research using custom malware and has no payment demand. Nation-state, advanced capability, and espionage are the best fit. Practice 2. An employee copies records before leaving for a competitor. Insider threat, internal access, and revenge or data exfiltration may apply according to the wording. Practice 3. A group disrupts a public website and publishes a political statement. Hacktivist, political belief, and service disruption fit. Remember the formula: who, capability, and why. Use the whole scenario, choose the best supported answer, and you will be ready for Objective 2.1.